Hey, what's up, guys? Back for another deck profile here. Now, you guys know Grant. He's been playing Razio. Razal Ghul's Destiny.
The Destiny of Ryzeal Ghul.
If you guys know that reference, I hope you do. If not, sheesh.
Impossible.
Impossible. Yeah, dude, he was playing this deck, dude, and this deck it's obviously tier 0. It's the best deck in the format. There's no way
It's
not.
ands or buts.
Yeah, it is the best deck. I really enjoyed his list. He's playing a nice, not 40 card list.
Of course.
As we do.
Yeah.
And, brother, I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you
I'll
having me.
let you take it away, dude.
I appreciate you. So, like Sonny said, man, we're not on 40 cards. There's a lot of different variations of the deck going around. Obviously, Triff won the YCS with Fiendsmith.
Big shout out to Triff.
Yeah, big shout out to Triff on that. I tested that deck for a couple of days. Didn't see the same kind of results and the same kind of hands I feel that it's capable of. I was playing it at 40. And then we kind of changed a couple things around and came to this list. So we'll just get right into the deck list here. Start off with 3 EXT Ryzeal. This is the Ryzeal that, for its summoning condition, it will send a card from the extra deck to the graveyard. Send an Xyz monster. Most of the time you're going to send Aggregator off of this.
Aggregator's busted.
There's not really another good target until Supreme Darkness to send off of this. So Aggregator for now is pretty much the primary target. And then when it's summoned, as long as you control only level 4 or rank 4 Xyz, you can then get to search a Fire Thunder monster. All of the Ryzeals are either Fire Thunder or Light Pyro.
Crazy fucking.
Which means they can be searched with Bonfire.
Yeah.
Busted.
It's just crazy.
So the next 3 is Sword. Sword is the Fire Thunder. Sword can be special summoned if any Ryzeal is on the field or in the grave. And then on summon, it's going to add a Light Pyro. All of them are inherent summons. None of them are an effect to summon. So you got to have something that can negate the summon to stop them from coming out. I also would not recommend hand trapping them individually, as considering the whole deck kind of goes off of the other names. If they even have one more name in hand, you've just wasted that hand trap.
Yeah.
And you will need another 2, guaranteed.
I was going to say, that's where I wanted to pause here, because you guys know I don't like hand traps, and I just felt like there was almost no point in playing them. Because it's like, if you have Ash, like Imperm or something, like, and he has 5 cards, you already just lost, like, that interaction. So you might as well just save the Imperm for your turn on the detonator.
100%.
So, like, why would you even, like, that's why I haven't been playing Ash or any of that stuff. Like, I just don't think those cards are very good. You can crucify me if you want. That's just how I feel about it. Go on, bro. My fault.
Oh, no, you're good, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
I mean,
it's
absolutely.
just,
and it's,
unless they're high impact, like Monstrami or Droll or something.
Yeah, and even then, Droll for a lot of decks, you feel like it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, we do play the 3 XT3 Sword, and then we do play 3 Ice. Ice, in my opinion, is the best Ryzeal. It's special. It can special summon itself from hand, like Witch can. But then also when it's normal summoned, it can special out any Ryzeal from the deck. No limitations. Effects still live. It's just tour guide, but bigger and better.
Super cracked.
And then the final Ryzeal name we play monster-wise is Node. You just play 1 Node. Node can summon itself if you control an Xyz or one is in the graveyard. It can also then send a card from field or hand to the graveyard to special summon a Ryzeal from grave. Targeted, special summon. But again, allows you to really manipulate your board into being able to have live bodies and more bodies for more combo plays.
Yeah, and that's the card, like, once you see that card hit the board, I think you already lost, because they have so much advantage.
Pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
Pretty
like,
much.
That's kind of how
if Node is out, then you've already...
Yeah, you're already just way too far behind. Like,
absolutely. And so for the rest of the Ryzeal stuff, we play 3 Bonfire, of course, to search any of the 6 Light Pyros in the deck. Some people do play 1 Cross. We play 2. I like to be able to recycle this card. This card is so broken. It's essentially a Rescue Ace HQ minimized in terms of the shuffle, put 2 on the bottom, and then draw a card. Yeah, them. And then it is on resolution of a monster effect, can negate it. It's a non-activated effect, can be activated at any point in time during the chain.
fair.
Is a field spell. So my only statement after that would be, what are you doing, Konami?
Yeah,
what are you
I don't
doing?
know what, like, I thought originally this deck was just way better Zoo, but it's like way better.
I mean, this deck
like,
is...
It's
a modern player's dream.
Yeah, it doesn't
It
even
dodges
make sense.
hand traps,
Yeah.
it puts up negates, it puts up interruption pops. It's very hard to.
That's why I don't understand the hand traps. Like this deck should be playing it.
Yeah.
Hand traps because you don't care. But it's like the other decks, like Rogue, just stop playing hand traps. Play the board breakers. And just pray. I think that's where you're at.
Yeah. Sadly,
it is.
It is. And then the one plug-in is a special from Grave, and then can attach any Ryzeal monster to an Xyz monster on the field. Or any Ryzeal card, pardon me, to an Xyz monster on the field from the deck.
Card, by the way, yeah.
So I'll show you the target for that later once we get into the rest of the non-engine. But first off, we'll play an Illusion and 2 Souls. The reason we play the Illusion and 2 Souls is because we are playing the Toy Box engine. This engine is just so supremely broken for the deck.
Fresh.
First of all, this is not a soft. This is not a hard once per turn. It is a soft once per turn. So if you have multiple copies in hand, it's completely live and you get full combo from it. The second thing would be that if you do just have one of these in hand and a Souls or the Illusion, which is access to Souls, Soul sends as cost.
Yeah, which is
so you'll send these as cost, and if they want to negate the Souls for you to not draw to, that's totally fine. These two, however, will special summon. If you chain block the Toy Soldier correctly, you can go 1-2. This will summon first, this will summon second. On summon, if you have the Toy Box, this will add any light level 4 monster, aka Ice, aka EXT.
Yeah.
So the deck, this engine in the deck is just extremely broken. It's extremely win more, but it also allows you to be able to put up insulation on your turn and allows you to go into lines on your opponent's turn that necessarily they wouldn't expect and allow you to play through things a lot easier.
Two things. Also, if you side droplets too, you can just Toy Box set 2 and 100%. Then send those, and then it's full combo after negating the board. Broken.
100%. Droplets would be great with this deck.
Yeah, right. And also, don't ever called by the Toy Soldier. Just don't even do it. Like there's just 0 point because he already has more extenders. Unless you already see he's on 0 cards, then that's fine. But other than that, don't even waste your time with it. Like it's not even worth it. Like,
and honestly, if it's getting sent off the Souls in that case too, I'm already drawing 2 cards. So there's no point in
0 reason.
In wasting an interruption that can be as good as a called by.
Correct.
As a bestial for something like that. Other non-engine cards we're playing would be 2 talents. Again, always play talents in the deck. I don't play 3 because I don't want to see 2 in the hand, but I do always play 2 pretty much for the most part. We play 2 Pot of Desires. Again, the deck you're just playing 3 ofs pretty much across the board for a lot of things, including the hand traps. You want to be able to get access to hand traps when you need them. You want to be able to get access to engine if you need it. This is just a great card to do it, and at 50 cards, I don't feel any sort of type of way about playing this. If you're playing this in a 40-card deck, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think you would need it in a 40-card deck if you're already going to play the talents plus the cross, get you a draw as well, and Dugaris as well in the extra deck. So, but for a larger deck count, I feel like this is really, really good. And then we do play our 2 hole targets. One is a Gravediggers because we do play Rafflesia in the extra deck, but the other is the Ryzeal Plasma Hole. This card is broken, busted. It can use both of its effects on the same turn. If you activate it on the field, it's going to pop non-targeting. I'm pretty sure non-targeting. No, it is targeting. That's my apologies. But it does pop up to the number of monsters, XC's Ryzeal monsters you control. So if you control Duo and Dev, or not Devastator, what is it? Detonator, there we go.
Yeah.
So if you control Duo or Detonator, this can pop 2. And then once you've used it, you can then banish it from graveyard to quick Xyz summon on your opponent's turn as well, in the same turn. So most of the time, if you have an extra body, or if you still have a plug-in, you can get the activate the plug-in, attach, get the second body, quick Xyz into another interruption on your opponent's turn.
I still just don't know how they could have made this deck better. Like
it's
you know what I mean? Like unless every card said you can't respond to it with monster effects, and then otherwise like.
So this is what I would consider the core of the deck, without any hand traps. And then here are the rest of the non-engine cards. We do play, of course, the 3 crossouts and a called by. We do play a bunch of hand traps, an absolute massive ton of hand traps. That's what this deck can do. You can play a ton of non-engine in the deck and not be punished for it, and it just makes you win.
Yeah.
Big thing I'd say right now about Crossout is while most people are thinking it is, of course you need it for going first for the number of hand traps you're probably going to be facing. Obviously the types of hand traps that hurt your deck the worst is going to change from deck to deck. So feel free to main deck, again, whatever target. In this deck, we main deck all of them. So
there was one time we were playing today, and he crossed out of my called by. And I was like, oh, okay.
As a defensive card, as I had said the turn before.
Nice.
So that's something you will also see is you'll see 3 cross out and a called by just to make sure that they can also hit the one of called by if they need to. Broken.
Yeah.
Hand traps. We play 3 Ash. I will probably never not play Ash in a deck. It just universally hits so many things that are good that can lead to
especially
your opponent
in a deck
spiraling
like
out
this.
of control.
It's not.
The last thing you'd ever want is something that can summon up to a number of monsters or can just spit out anything or add anything. And you can't limit that. Duo, ashing the duo, very good, very important. Even if you do play into the talents, you still need to do that. We do play 3 Imperm. Imperm's great right now. Again, for those that don't know, for some reason this is still a thing. It's not once per turn. Last time I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. No, say it more. Actually,
maybe shit. All right, well, shit. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
not once per turn.
That's Just
this is once per turn.
Yeah,
So we do play 2 Nibiru. We play 2 Veiler. We play 2 Ogre. These are again for cross out, just for interaction. Nib is really good right now, so I do like playing it. The deck also does hard lose to Nibiru at points, so you do want to play a Nibiru for the cross out targets. And then finally, we do play 2 Fuwalos and a Parelia. We just play the 1 Parelia for cross out targets. We do play the 2 Fuwalos. I don't play 3 because I don't want to see, again, I don't want to see duplicates. I also, if I'm going first, I don't even want to see Fuwalos. So there's really no point in playing 3 when you're already playing the 3 cross out too.
Tempest.
Unless you're playing Dragon.
Yes. Dragon or best.
In which case, all of the hand traps you can play because you can just discard any of them off of the Dragon Wolves. As for the extra deck,
The extra dip.
The extra dip.
Love that.
That might be the best dip.
It might in fact be. We do play 2 Link monsters just because we don't want to hard lose to a D-Barrier, which is the deck's Bane. Feel free to play any other Link monsters that you might feel are good. I just play this right now just because I'm running the very, very bare minimum to be able to play or / get around that. We do play a Zeus, of course. We do play a Typhon. This card is just insane right now. One of the best cards in the game.
Yeah.
This card is just so good.
Yeah, it is.
Insane.
That's why it's like $30 right now too.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, and has reprints.
Yeah,
still
it's
$30.
Yep.
Busted.
Almost about €1 one. I was like,
We do play 1 Baguska. This card's broken.
the goose can the Zeus. Yeah.
Pretty much self-explanatory. If you get hand trapped enough times and somehow you do end up having to pass, but you still have 2 bodies, then at least you pass confidently. That it'll get back to you. We do play 1 Giant Hand. This is kind of my neat tech.
Shout out.
Off of the Ryzeal trap, again, you're able to XC someone on your opponent's turn. And every once in a while, you will just need that extra negate. Giant Hand does that. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's a when your
Best
opponent
art, too.
activates a monster effect on the field. Detach 2. It's a 1 use. It's a 1 off.
Yep.
It's got to follow it. It's not great, but it is a negate and can be used to your advantage. We do play Rafflesia because we do play 2 of the trap holes. We play the Gravediggers and we play the Ryzeal Plasma.
Whole cards.
Again, rank 4, easy to get into. Can easily insulate from Nibiru early on in combo to make sure everything else is safe. Also, again, Gravediggers is any monster effect in hand, grave, or banished. So it does hit Malice and does hit other hand traps.
Yeah.
So it is also like playing a mini cross out on the field.
And it's a time card.
And it is also a time card, 2,000. Nothing to shake the stick at. We do play 1 of the Utopic Ray Lancer, just to make OTKs easier and to be able to kill. I would recommend playing 1 copy of this.
100%.
We do play Dugaris, of course.
That's probably one of my favorite exceeds.
We do play an Aggregator. This is a huge target. You've got to play at least 1 copy of Aggregator. I know some people do play 2. I don't necessarily think that's correct.
Yes.
But playing the Aggregator's a must-have. Dugaris is also very good for combo. Then the Ryzeal names, we're going to play 2 Duo, and we do play 3 Detonator. The reason I want to play 3 Detonator, Cash Malice is a real thing. It's a very real thing, and Unicorn can rip 2 of these right off the bat before you're able to get into stuff.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to make sure you have access to that third. Otherwise, you're just dead in the water, and no detonator means no boom boom for the deck.
Yeah,
you just
can't.
That is the extra deck. I do always have a side deck with all my decks. Right now, it's just kind of tailored to how the format is. So first off, you're going to see the 2 thrusts. I think that's super important to be playing thrust, either in the main or the side. No matter what deck you're playing, play thrust.
Yeah.
They are very affordable now, like
They
$10
are,
a piece.
Yeah.
Like, go get thrusts. These are still the original secrets, as always. Thrust targets, lightning storm, evenly, a D barrier for going first. I feel like that's all pretty standard. Evenly fucks this format. It's so good. And then 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Again, 2 just because we don't really have 3, but also now most of the things that you need this for are slowly working their way out of the format. Yubel got hit. Fire King is almost
Yubel's
no more.
still a deck though.
100%, still a great deck.
I will say that, yeah.
And this also does, considering the gateways of 3, not gateway. What is it? Gates. Opening gates. Spirit of the, it makes it just a lot easier to be able to. My mom just called me.
Yeah, you're good.
To get into stuff like that, to interrupt stuff like that, should I say? And now that it's at 3, this is fun to play. We do play the other 2 Parelia and a Fualos. Again, if we feel like we want to see them, like we know we're going to be going second, I'll just side the rest of these in for other targets. Pretty straightforward there. 2 Droll, again, pretty straightforward for crossouts if we need them. And then finally 3 Lancia, because Shifter just kills anything.
Yeah.
Malice is really good.
I'm so fucking tired of Shifter.
I was playing this for Rit Beasts for a little while just because
and
it's
also
annoying.
The thing that's annoying to me too, real quick, is you guys know I'm a Dragon duelist. You know what I mean? And this just makes Dragon Link like.
Oh, you're
worse.
older than that, dude.
Yeah. Imagine I was like, I'm actually 13. I play Dragons or whatever. So just this card just being in the format again just makes Dragons just a little worse. And I was just like.
Lancia formats tend not to be the best formats.
Yeah, or like evenly. Like you're just like you're like. See you later.
Yep, that'll
like,
do it.
Sick.
That's why I'm going to play the 1 too.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Again, you side depending upon what you're playing.
And not everything's a blowout and all that shit.
Facts,
but
facts,
it's just it just depends. It just makes me sadder and whatever. But
big facts.
I will have a Dragon Link list though. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, guys, that's Ryzeal. That's 50 card list exactly. I think Ryzeal's the best deck. I think playing the toy box engine gives it so much gas.
Yeah.
A lot more flexibility.
Yeah.
It is tier 0 for sure. You're going to see a lot of mirror matches. You're going to see a lot of Malice. So I highly recommend getting as many games as possible against those to understand how your deck can work through and put up boards or break boards and try to get you some wins against those decks. It will not be easy, 100%. Ryzeal is the best deck, and do not expect it to be any less than that.
And also, a couple things real quick too was last week when you texted me, you were talking about the toy Razio, and I was like, he was like, bro, I can't wait for you to see this, and I was like, yeah, because you guys remember when I had the toy Dragon Link list, and that was another thing we were talking about with like Bestial. Druisform is very good.
Druisform is very good
now, and the toy tank can actually reborn Druis. Just fun fact. But and also that helps you into the Chaos Ruler. Chaos Angel. Yeah, sorry. Chaos Ruler. Jesus, rest in peace. Yeah, brother, I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, my man.
Always, I love you.
Love you too, brother.
All right, and leave me some comments down below, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.